This video disproves the user toll theory, which claims that drivers have to pay money to cover the road construction or maintenance costs. Here is a review of the U-shaped cost theory developed by Chamberlain and Robinson. ATC stands for average total cost, while MC for marginal cost. In the case of a competitive market structure, a horizontal demand line cuts the MC curve to determine the price and quantity. In the case of a monopolistic market structure, the demand is a negative line, and the intersection of the corresponding marginal revenue function with the MC curve leads to a higher price and a smaller quantity than the competitive pair. Hence, whatever the market structure is, consumer money always covers production costs. The U-shaped cost theory can also derive user toll. Road construction requires a huge fixed cost, but traffic variable cost, that is, a traffic producer's cost due to an additional car running over the finished road, is very small. Hence, its ATC is ever decreasing, but its MC is a horizontal line. Then, the only possible competitive toll for any traffic quantity must be very small. Since a road is a closed space, some road operators may impose a monopolistic toll. To rein in the abuse, regulators usually allow toll according to average total cost. Then, such toll should also come to the same low level after a large enough traffic quantity has been accumulated. Hence, the U-shaped cost theory also justifies user toll, however small it may be. Its ATC part even allows higher toll, albeit temporarily. The U-shaped cost theory supports the user toll policy, but such a theory looks awkward. Though they represent producers' costs, are these curves supply or demand? At least they look far from being supply. Without the proper supply function, user toll theory is still dubious. Hence, further clarification is needed. Every business involves two stages of decision-making. In the first stage, a firm has to set up factory, equipment, etc. In the second stage, it enters into the repetitive input-output production process. For example, an airline has to first purchase or rent an airplane before it can accept passengers. In the case of traffic, road has to be constructed first before traffic operator can flow cars and collect a toll. The cost for the first stage is fixed, while that for the second is variable, as already noted by the U-shaped cost theory, which unfortunately has lumped them together. Here is an attempt to separate them. Consider first the second stage. The U-shaped theory treats MC as a supply, but such treatment has a disturbing contradiction that a firm should increase quantity on a higher cost. Indeed, the MC equal to price is only a condition for the second stage maximum profit, and for deriving the correct negative demand and positive supply functions. Here the vertical axes measure respectively the relative cost of input demand and the relative price of output supply. In the case of traffic, the price is toll. The relative price and cost definitions indicate that it is a big mistake to equate price, or toll in this case, with cost. For if that were the case, both demand and supply would be horizontal lines with the same magnitude of 1, and there would be no distinction between the two. In contrast, lower cost, higher priced, and hence larger input and output are always entrepreneurs' target. Hence, user toll must be an entirely wrong mindset. Graph B shows that given the almost zero variable cost of traffic, any positive toll, not user toll, means infinite relative toll. And then the traffic producer must come up with infinite traffic quantity. In order to provide the infinite traffic quantity, the traffic operator has the responsibility to clear any obstacles that may impede traffic. Such like a conveyor belt operator must make sure that there is no bottleneck. In this sense, water congestion is a negligence of a duty. Next, consider the first stage. Before entering into the second stage, a firm must first evaluate the worthiness of the business. For that purpose, it has to work out the capitalization value of the expected annual profit from the second stage. Only if such value is greater than the fixed cost will they commit to the investment. In the case of traffic, the fixed cost is for the construction or maintenance of the road. Since the traffic variable cost is almost zero, any positive toll must lead to infinite traffic quantity as just proved. It is then very likely to have the sufficient profit and capitalize the value to attract road builders to construct the road. That explains why many firms are fighting to construct roads and run the subsequent traffic operation. Toll is the price of traffic, but its capitalization is also used for assessing the construction of a road. That is how road and traffic are linked together. But road and traffic are two different products. The difference between road and traffic also explains some misunderstanding about road capacity and traffic congestion. Road quantity is fixed and therefore can be depicted as a perpendicular line. Traffic quantity is not fixed, but follows some supply-demand relation. Since it is not traffic quantity, road quantity cannot be taken to stand for traffic capacity or congestion. A common mistake committed by the congestion theory people. Is a road a private good? The above fixed cost assessment treats road as a private good. But according to the remark by Samuelson, road is more like a public good. According to DuBois, a new road attracts more traffic due to its lower traffic costs. Many productions also benefit from the new road to result in higher general output, employment, and in particular, profit every year. When the capitalization value of the increased profit is greater than the construction cost, the new road is worth to be built. Note that the DuBois assessment does not include toll. Without toll revenue, who will construct the public road? Who will supply the infinite traffic quantity? DuBois' method is correct in principle, but his calculation was too generous and had bankrupted many governments. Here is a slight refinement. In line with the true cost theories, the correct comparable measure of toll on the public road should be the tax rate on the external profit so generated. A slightly positive tax rate will induce infinite traffic quantity, and the capitalization value of the annual tax revenue being greater than the cost of construction will be the assessment test. That way, governments can stay financially healthy and roads are built and infinite traffic quantity is supplied, both without a toll. Many local self-governments in Japan, Canada, USA, and Germany with such tax revenue have provided many beautiful country roads. On the federal level, German Autobahn is a good example. It would then be an obvious duplication to charge toll on the public roads built with taxpayers' money. When drivers on a public road built with taxpayers' money should not pay any toll, there is one exception. When a foreign car runs on a host highway directly to a third country, it also generates external profit, which, however, cannot be credited into the host country's assessment scheme. Relative to the foreign cars, the road is thus private to the host country, and some optimal toll is justified. By the same logic, foreign aircraft are flying through its airspace, and foreign ships sailing through its canal must also pay some optimal toll to the host country. In contrast, toll on domestic users is absolutely a robbery, and perhaps a second one. Thank you for viewing.